welcome back to my channel. Let me puff up this ponytail. Are you guys ready for my Pan That Palette update? This is going to be my update for June. I decided to stop numbering them since I'm not using the same palette anymore. My goal now, if you're not familiar, is to hit pan on 16 shadows and use up 16 shadows by the end of the year. So halfway through, I've been doing this since the middle of March. So I mean, I haven't really been panning shadows for that long, but in total I have hit pan on 8 shadows and I've used up 7 shadows. So I mean, that's halfway there in only what, 3-ish months. That's not bad. So no, 2.5 months. I don't really know, but let's go on to the progress that I have on the shades that you've already seen, and then the big what am I going to be using for this next month. So first, let's see. I did hit pan on a couple shades and I used up a couple shades. So let's go over the ones that I used up first, and then we'll go into the ones that I hit pan on. So the first eyeshadow I used up was in the middle of June. I used up the shade Nutty from Wet n Wild. I don't think I had that much left in this one at the last update, but now it is completed, well, all used up. So it can go live in here with the Creme Brulee shade from Wet n Wild as well. So 2 full shadows in here, so that's awesome. Then next I used up the Too Faced Boudoir Eyes palette. I used up another shade in here. I was focusing on the shade Garter Belt, and it is right there. So that's that. I'm really excited. I can't believe I've used up 7 out of 9 shades from this palette. If you would have told me at the beginning of 2015 when I decided to try to pan this for the year that I would be down to 2 shades with the purple repressed already, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have been like, yeah, okay, no. But look at that. I am so proud of that. I'm really happy that I'm still working on this, even though it's not something I reach for every day. Every once in a while I'm like, ooh yeah, I remember when I did a look with the Boudoir Eyes palette and I put this in the outer crease, and then I put this on the lower lash line, or I did liner on top or something like that. So I'm not 100% focusing on this anymore, but when I have the yearning to use it, I do reach for it. So that's pretty cool. Then the last shade that I used up this time is Last Sin from my Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. So there is Last Sin right there. I had pan on it last update, but look at that. It's completely gone. I thought I was gonna love this shade a lot more than I actually did. It didn't have that much payoff. I don't know if it's because it's older or I just wasn't using the right base, which most of the time I didn't use a base, so that might have been the problem, but it was leaving a little bit to be desired, pretty much. So that's that. And then let's move on to the shades that I hit pan on. So I did hit pan on 2 more shades in the Vice 3. I previously had pan on the shade Undone for my last update. So here we are now. I hit pan on Bobby Dazzle down here at the bottom. It's a white, glittery shade. And then I did hit pan on the shade Truth up here, which is a pale pinky kind of color. So I have pan on 3 and I used up 1 from this palette, and I really can't believe that either, because when I started using this, maybe I started using these in April. I think I don't remember, but when I started using this, I never thought I was going to get anywhere in this palette, because when I first look at it, all I see is the bright colors, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. So I've been branching out more. I do have the shade from my 7 Summer Flings on my lower lash line, and I've been trying to branch out slowly but surely. I'm getting there. I am more interested in colors, but it's just gonna take a little bit. So that's everything from this palette right here. Then lastly, I did hit pan on this in my 7 Summer Flings. This is Makeup Geek's Single Shadow in the shade Caitlin Rose. It's just a tiny little bit of pan, mostly because I had originally focused on using it and I used it in my eyebrows, and that was really nice, but then I started using it on the lid, softly in the crease, you know, like heavy on the outer V, on the lower lash line. I found a bunch of ways to use this shadow, and it really opened my eyes to like, Sarah, you can use color and not have it all over the lid and have it be like, wow, that girl has a crazy purple, you know, like eyeshadow look, but I can do that as well too if I want. I can put it all over the lid, I can put it in the crease. Like, color is not as scary as I thought it was. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy for this project, because without doing this project and wanting to hit pan and use up my shades, I probably never would have reached for anything like this, and it would still just be sitting in my collection. But now it's got that little itty bitty baby pan, so that's really exciting. So since I only have 2 shades left in my Boudoir Eyes palette, and I feel like I made some really good progress on my Vice 3, I'm going to put this away for a little while, and I want to use something else. So, I decided that I wanted to pull out my Lorac Pro palette. It was like a hard decision. It was between this, Urban Decay Naked 2, and the Too Faced Original Chocolate Bar palette. But I decided, since so many people panned this last year, and it seemed pretty easy to hit pan because the pans seem pretty shallow in here, that I want to go ahead and give it a go and hit some pan on some of these shades, maybe use up a shade or 2, and then move on to another palette. Maybe even go back to the Vice 3. I don't know, but I do want to get some use out of my Lorac Pro. I really like this. I really like this palette. That's why I didn't pan it last year. I was like, no, I really like that. I don't want to use it up. Like, I'm not ready for that. Well, I'm ready to start getting some use out of it. Let's see. I've only been using this for a few days now, so not much. But I have been using cream all over the lid. I've been using taupe. Is that taupe? Yeah. Taupe and mauve in the crease. I've been using light bronze on the lid. I've been using nude on the inner like corner or like half of the lid. And then I've been using champagne and gold a little bit, just messing around with those. Haven't really found a way I like to use them yet. But yeah, I think I actually used sable in like the outer V on a look that I did the other day. And black. I did use some black on the lower lash line, and that was really nice. So I'm starting to get some use out of this. I am getting a dip here in light bronze. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a little bit of a dip in light bronze. I can see some side pan on cream. I don't think I'm anywhere close to hitting pan just yet, but I do want to get more use out of this so that way I can get some use, like feel better about it being, you know, like in my collection instead of it just being unused in my collection. I will actually get some use and then maybe move on to, like I said, something else. Maybe bring back the Vice 3, maybe bring in another palette. Who knows? I don't know yet. We're just kind of flying by the seat of my pants because I'm just not exactly sure. I just want to hit pan and use up shades. So, Lorac Pro Original, this is the OG number 1. I am interested in getting the Lorac Pro 3. I think it has a lot of shades in there that I would really like. It's kind of like a cool toned, like rosy-ish palette. Natural, but there are some warm shades in there. I just think it's like a mix of what I'm missing out from the Sweet Peach, what I'm missing out from the Modern Renaissance, what I'm missing out from the Lorac Unzipped palettes. All of that just kind of condensed into one, and though I think it has a bunch of the shades that I would use from those various palettes, so I think I would rather make the investment to get that one and add it to my collection than to pick up any of those other palettes that I just mentioned. So, using the Lorac Pro, Vice 3 is going back in my collection. Too Faced Boudoir Eyes is going to still be sitting out so I can reach for the purple or the black with the glitter if I choose to use it instead of the regular black that's in here. The black that's in the Too Faced is a little less pigmented than the Pro. Then I did have another shade that I'm using. I am using the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the shade Burlesque. This is my 7 Summer Flings. Here is a little sneaky peek of the progress that I've made on it since my my last update for that project. So I'm actually pretty happy. I'm getting some use out of it. I'm using it in a very similar way to how I used Caitlin Rose. It's really versatile. Like, color is versatile. I just need to remember that I can use it like it's a neutral, like natural shade. So that's what I've been doing. Then I do have Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean in here as well. I have this in here because I was using this all over the lid while I was using the Vice 3. But since there is a cream and a white in the Lorac Pro, this is probably going to go back in my collection until I need to reach for a shade that's missing from my palette. So yada yada yada. That is my update. I'm still really happy. I can't believe I've hit pan on 8 and I've used up 7 so far this year. There's one shade, or there's one pan that I don't currently have. It was from my Sonia Kashuk palette. I used that up at the end of March. It was the shade in the top right on my palette. But I do have pictorial proof on my beauty Instagram if you guys ever doubt. But yeah, that's all for my Pan That Palette update. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Wait, should I even call this Pan That Palette anymore? So I'm not actually panning a full palette? Let me know down below if you think I should change the name from Pan That Palette or if I should keep it Pan That Palette. Like, I don't want the title to be like misleading. I don't want people to click on it and be like, ooh, she's panning the Lorac Pro, and then it be like, okay, you know, I hit pan on a couple shades, like, back in my collection. This is what I'm bringing out now. Like, do you guys care? Like, just let me know down below. Thank you so much. Bye.